everyone. Teacher Ashley here. Thanks for visiting my channel again. Today's video is to celebrate my first year of online teaching. I started teaching with VipKid in May of 2018. A few months later, I started teaching with Gogokid on July 1st. I wanted to share my top 3 pros and my top 3 cons for working as an online teacher. I thought about making a separate video for each company, but they both have been such a big part of my journey, I decided not to. So let's get these cons out of the way. I don't want to end on a sour note. So, number 1, the hours. Yes, you can choose your own hours. It's very, very flexible. But you're still on China's time, which means it's a lot of early mornings, weekend evenings if you are one that goes out, which I am not because I have children. So we don't go out as often. But if we do, I can choose not to work that weekend. Or if I have family in town, I can choose not to work that weekend. So it's very, very flexible. But getting up early takes a lot of getting used to. I was one that would sleep until the very last minute. Always, that's been my habit. Because I had 2 kids in the last 4 years, and you just get as much sleep as you can. So learning to be disciplined about going to bed on time, and so I can wake up early and get enough sleep, and figuring how much sleep I needed was a journey in itself. So that's something to consider when you're thinking about online teaching. Number 2, clients. What I mean by that is that I am not an employee for these companies. I am an independent contractor, and I had to learn how to market myself, and I'm still learning how to market myself. What I had to do is I had to create a teacher profile with pictures and videos and a little biography about myself. The parents and students would get to see all of these things and want to book a class with me. That's been the biggest learning curve for me, is learning how to market myself and think of this as my own personal business, and think of the students and their families as my clients. It's definitely something I still have to remind myself on a daily basis. And remember to show gratitude to my students and their families when I'm speaking to them and when I'm interacting with them and when I'm leaving class feedback. Okay, and number 3, actually, there is no number 3. Those are the 2 hardest things for me. I'm sure there's other things for other people. Sorry, I tricked you. On to the pros. I do have 3 pros, I promise. Pro number 1, the students. As a brick and mortar teacher, I knew I would enjoy meeting new students, but I didn't know that I would fall in love with all of my students. It has been truly amazing to make connections with these young children across the world. Each one of my students is unique, and I love having the one-on-one time with each student. That has been the most enjoyable experience for me. Number 2, fun. This job is fun. I don't have to write lesson plans, so the prep is simple, and it has become even more simple since I started using more digital props and rewards. The lessons are always fun and engaging and interactive for me and the students. I find myself singing, dancing, and laughing in just about every single class, and that for me is fun, even at 5 a.m. Okay, number 3, money. Yes, I have to be honest with you. I started this side job as an extra income, and I wasn't sure how much I would make. My goal was like $300 a month because I needed to pay the student loan bill after it had been deferred for a couple years. But it has helped so much more. We weren't drowning before because my husband started working, so we were kind of, picking things up, but it was still a little tight with 2 kids, and we're renting. But this job has allowed me to do more than just afford things. but we've been able to afford trips and experiences to have with our children. Just a simple trip of going to the zoo on the weekend, going to see Disney on Ice or a movie with the family, and most of all, our recent vacation that we took, our first trip leaving the state to North Carolina, and there will be a video about that as well. Even though I started for the money, I love it way more than I ever thought I would. So, thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about working online, please leave me a comment with your question, or you can use the contact info below and send me an email. If you feel inspired to start working as an ESL teacher, click the link for either company below, and I can help you through the process, just like someone helped me. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.